Today at Deutsche Auto Parts, we're going to be going over replacing a trunk latch on a MK5 Jetta. The symptoms or problems of reasons why you would replace the trunk latch would be a potential problem with the micro switch not telling the car when the trunk is open or closed, and most commonly when the trunk won't shut. Sometimes what will happen is the latch will go bad, and intermittently you'll have to slam the trunk a bunch of times to get it to shut. That's your trunk latch. To start with the removal of the trunk latch, we'll need to remove the assembly that covers the rear part of the trunk lid. To do that, we have to start by removing, there are 2 screws on either side of this trim. So there's 2 on this side and 2 on that side. And we can just take our VW magnetic tray just so we can make sure we hang on to all of our screws while we're doing this. Now once you've done that, this needs to be removed, and we're going to move our magnetic tray out of the way here because this needs to be popped off. It's clips all around the edges of it that mounts it to the actual body of the car. These are metal clips that just pop into the body. So all we're going to do is pull. Now a lot of times what you're going to feel like is that you're breaking stuff, but it's not actually what's going to happen, unfortunately. It just seems that way. So as you can see there, it pops off. We can remove this plastic and this comes out of the way. Now once we pop that down, we can remove this cover and access to where this cable comes in. And the cable, you're going to want to remove it by popping it down. Out, and then turn it. And slide it down. So as you can see, it has like a hammerhead that slides up and then turns to make sure it locks in place. Next, we are going to remove these 10mm screws that hold the trunk latch in place. And we can slide this down, and this connector will pull off. What you might want to have is a small screwdriver handy to kind of pry a little bit on these edges just to get them over the little notches that hold them in place, and then pull to remove. So here we are ready to reinstall our new latch, and you can start by plugging it in, and then it's good to just mount it up in place and get your one 10mm on there, and then you can get the other one on there. And now we are ready to reinstall our panel with their emergency trim. Now just something to keep in mind, something that happens sometimes, if we take a look here, that clip is gone. It's stuck in the car, if we look right there. So we want to make sure that any of the clips that came off during the removal get taken back out and put back onto this trim. So we're going to grab those right now. And usually a small screwdriver like this will probably help you, or possibly a pair of needle nose pliers might be what you need to get these out the best you can. As you can see, it's easiest to kind of just stick a pair of needle nose pliers kind of behind them and squeeze it together and then pull it out. And I believe we only lost 2 along that way. And if you want to see how they go in here, all you do is take it and squeeze them together, and then they slide into this channel and they'll lock in place. And the same thing on this one. Especially if it involves plenty of struggling. All right. So what we're going to want to do is take our child release, get it up in place, and then rotate it around, and then snap this into where it goes. Now we have this cover that we removed. We're going to want to put back just that it protects the action of this lever so that nothing can kind of get in its way. So now we can install a panel, and we're going to start by popping in one of these bottom clips. A lot of times, like for this one, it seems like it's off a little bit because the clips are not exactly where they need to be. So sometimes you might need to kind of push back on it a little bit to get it in place and then pop it in. Now that we're all in there, we can pop that back on and we can install our torque screws. Now we're done, and the last thing left to do is just test the trunk to make sure it closes. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and leave any questions, ideas, or feedback in the comments below.